storm warning remains in effect. Precautionary and preparedness actions. Final preparations to protect life and property should be completed before conditions deteriorate. The onset of gusty winds and heavy rains can cause outside activities to become dangerous. Secure loose outdoor objects which can be blown around. Wind impacts. As Sandy moves closer, the threat for sustained high winds is likely to increase by late Thursday night into Friday and Friday night. Maximum winds are forecast to be in the 30 to 40 miles per hour range with gusts to 45 to 50 miles per hour. Residents should move loose items indoors, such as garbage cans and outdoor furniture, as they will be blown around. Newly planted or young trees and shrubs may be uprooted, if not secured properly. Isolated power outages will be possible. Storm surge and storm tide impacts. Large and battering waves Thursday afternoon into Friday, and continuing into Saturday will cause moderate beach erosion, dangerous surf, and minor coastal flooding in vulnerable spots. Large breakers up to 8 feet will cause erosion to dunes during multiple high tidal cycles late Thursday through Saturday. The surf will become especially dangerous Thursday afternoon through Saturday. Beachgoers should remain out of the pounding surf. The large surf can knock you down, and could be deadly. Tropical storm watch for the following. Coastal waters from the Volusia-Brevard County line to Sebastian Inlet up to 20 nautical miles. Tropical storm watch remains in effect. Precautionary and preparedness actions. Boat owners need to determine the best strategy for securing their craft and rush preparations to completion. Winds and seas. As Hurricane Sandy moves closer, the threat for sustained high winds will increase. The latest forecast is for tropical storm force winds from Friday morning to late Saturday afternoon. These will go to 20 to 25 feet offshore. Tropical storm watch for the following counties. In Florida, northern Brevard and southern Brevard. Tropical storm watch remains in effect. Precautionary and preparedness actions. Preparations should be made as soon as possible before conditions deteriorate. Keep informed while listening for possible warnings. Secure loose outdoor objects which can be blown around. Wind impacts. As Sandy moves closer, the threat for sustained high winds is likely to increase by late Thursday night into Friday. Sustained winds from 25 to 35 miles per hour with gusts to 50 miles per hour will be possible along the coast. The strong winds will continue into Friday night and early Saturday. Residents should move loose items indoors, such as garbage cans and outdoor furniture, as they may be blown around. Storm surge and storm tide impacts. Large and battering waves Thursday afternoon into Friday, and continuing into Saturday will cause moderate beach erosion, dangerous surf, and minor coastal flooding in vulnerable spots. Large breakers up to 8 feet will cause erosion to dunes during multiple high tidal cycles late Thursday through Saturday. The surf will become especially dangerous Thursday afternoon through Saturday. Beachgoers should remain out of the pounding surf. The large surf can knock you down, and could be deadly. Hurricane statement for the following counties. In Florida, orange and Osceola. Windy conditions developing Thursday afternoon through Saturday. Precautionary and preparedness actions. Loose outdoor items should be stowed out of the wind. Lightweight objects can become airborne and be blown around. Wind impacts. Sustained winds will increase to 20 to 25 miles per hour Thursday afternoon, and continue through early Saturday as Hurricane Sandy parallels the east central Florida coast 200 to 250 miles offshore. Gusty winds to 35 to 40 miles per hour will be possible, especially in passing rain squalls by Friday. The latest forecast is for maximum winds to remain below tropical storm force as Sandy passes well offshore from east central Florida. Wind advisory or lake wind advisories may be required. Hurricane local statement. New tropical storm warnings issued for portions of east central Florida. New information. Tropical storm warning now in effect for Indian River, St. Lucie, and Martin counties. Areas affected. This local statement provides important information and recommended actions for people and marine interests across east central Florida and the adjacent Atlantic waters. Watches and warnings. A tropical storm warning is in effect for the following locations: Indian River, St. Lucie, and Martin. For marine interests, A tropical storm warning is in effect for portions of east central Florida Atlantic waters. A tropical storm watch is in effect for the following locations: coastal Volusia. A tropical storm watch continues for the following locations: Brevard County. For marine interests, a tropical storm watch continues for portions of east central Florida Atlantic waters. Storm information. At 5 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, the center of Hurricane Sandy was located near latitude 18.3 north, longitude 76.6 west. This was about 740 miles south-southeast of Cape Canaveral, Florida, or about 680 miles south-southeast of Fort Pierce, Florida. Storm motion was north of 14 miles per hour. Maximum sustained winds were 80 miles per hour. Situation overview. Hurricane Sandy is forecast to move northward through the Bahamas Thursday afternoon and Thursday night, and then move north-northeast across the offshore waters on Friday into Friday night, about 200 to 250 miles offshore from the coast. Increasing northeast to north winds are expected Thursday afternoon and Thursday night, with the strongest winds expected on Friday into Friday night as the system makes the closest approach to east central Florida. Sustained tropical storm force winds will be possible along the immediate coast, beaches, and Atlantic waters from Volusia to Martin County on the current to projected path. Late Thursday night on Friday and into Friday night, and also in squalls near the coast. Rainfall amounts of 1 to 2 inches are expected along the coast, with isolated amounts of 3 to 4 inches Thursday night into Friday. This may cause localized ponding of water in poor drainage areas along the coastal counties. Large and battering surf will make the ocean hazardous for anyone to enter. Moderate beach and some erosion is also expected. Winds and seas will increase rapidly on Thursday into Thursday night as Sandy approaches, and small craft should remain in port. Precautionary and preparedness actions for those under a warning. Now is the time to rush to completion preparations for the protection of life and property. For interests at ports, docks, and marinas, urgently complete prescribed preparations according to your emergency operations plan for tropical cyclones. If you live on a boat, make final preparations for securing your craft before leaving it. Regarding any coastal waters under a warning, small craft should remain in port and well secured. Closely monitor NOAA weather radio or other local news outlets for official storm information. Listen for updates. For additional precautionary and preparedness information, please refer to the detailed recommendations relative to your location as described by your local emergency management. Next update, the next local statement will be issued by the National Weather Service in Melbourne around 9 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, or sooner as conditions warrant.
Serving Melbourne and vicinity, this is NOAA weather radio station WXJ70, the voice of the National Weather Service. This broadcast comes to you from the National Weather Service office in Melbourne, Florida, on a frequency of 162.55 MHz. Routine tests of the weather alert feature are normally performed on wet days between 11 a.m. and noon, and again between 6 and 8 p.m., as weather permits.
This is NOAA Weather Radio Station WXJ70 Melbourne on a frequency of 162.55 MHz and serving the following counties: Indian River, Brevard, Orange, and Osceola. Also the intracoastal and coastal waters from the Volusia-Brevard County to Sebastian Inlet out to 60 nautical miles. Severe weather watches, warnings, and advisories for these counties and the marine area are preceded by alarm tones which activate specially built receivers. During periods of good weather, station WXJ70 will broadcast weather information in a cycle of selected products relevant to the station's broadcast coverage area. This broadcast will normally include the following products when available: the hazardous weather outlook for East Central Florida, southerly weather conditions and marine weather reports for selected locations in and around the listening area, public forecasts from the short term out to 5 days, marine forecasts out to 5 days, the west wall and hazards for the Gulf Stream, tide information and surf temperatures. Daily climate information is broadcast from 5 a.m. until 8 a.m., and again from 5 p.m. until 8 p.m. Civil emergency and public safety information are broadcast as it is received from local, state, and other federal agencies. During severe weather, the routine broadcast is suspended. In order to broadcast severe weather information, broadcasts will be interrupted for immediate transmission of severe weather information as soon as it is issued. If you have any questions about NWR Weather Radio broadcasts or comments regarding our services, our mailing addresses: National Weather Service, 421 Croton Road, Melbourne, Florida, 32935. Our telephone number is 321-255-0212, and our website address is weather.gov, Flint, Melbourne. The latest tropical cyclone advisory, EAS Sandy, now between Jamaica and Cuba. A hurricane warning is in effect for Jamaica, Cuban provinces of Camagüey, Las Vegas, Granma, Santiago de Cuba, Hogan, and Guantanamo, the central Bahamas, and the northwestern Bahamas. A tropical storm warning is in effect for Haiti and the Florida East Coast from Ocean Reef to Sebastian Inlet. A tropical storm watch is in effect for the southeastern Bahamas, the Florida East Coast from north of Sebastian Inlet to Flagler Beach, the upper Florida Keys from Ocean Reef to Craig Key in Florida Bay. At 8 p.m., the center of Hurricane Sandy was located near latitude 18.7 north, longitude 76.4 west, or about 115 miles southwest of Guantanamo, Cuba. Sandy is moving towards the north near 14 miles per hour. This general motion is expected to continue through Thursday night with an increase in forward speed expected overnight and Thursday. A turn towards the north-northwest and a decrease in forward speed are expected on Friday. On the forecast track, the center of Sandy will move over portions of eastern Cuba overnight, move near or over the central Bahamas Thursday and Thursday night, and move near or over the northwestern Bahamas on Friday. Satellite imagery indicates that maximum sustained winds have increased to near 85 miles per hour, with higher gusts. Sandy is a Category 1 hurricane on the Saffir-Simpson hurricane wind scale. Additional strengthening is possible before the center reaches eastern Cuba, with some weakening expected as Sandy moves over eastern Cuba. Re-strengthening is expected after Sandy moves into the Bahamas. Hurricane force winds extend outward up to 30 miles from the center, and tropical storm force winds extend outward up to 140 miles. An Air Force Reserve Hurricane Hunter aircraft is currently approaching Sandy. The estimated minimum central pressure is 968 millibars, 28.58 inches. The next advisory will be issued by 11 p.m.